Hi. You ever heard the one, a little leaven spoils the whole lump? Have you heard one rotten apple spoils the whole bunch? If you read the book Think and Grow Rich, the author, Napoleon Hill, said if you have one negative thought in your brain, it ruins all the positive thoughts in your brain. So, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. And the reason I'm saying that is because there's a lot of times where I think that I'm a victim as a habit. I am a victim sometimes in certain things, not everything, but certain things I take the automatic victim role. And I know I don't seem like that to people. I don't seem like a victim type, but in my mind, I take a victim role sometimes, and I'm starting to catch it. I'm starting to catch it, which is a good thing. It's a habit. Victimhood is a habit. Now, granted, there's exceptions. Like if you get hit, sideswiped by a drunk driver that's running a red light, obviously, that's nothing you did. You're a victim in that case. And I'm sure there's philosophies that would go on to say, well, maybe they weren't a victim, but you are. If someone sideswipes you, a drunk driver, and does God knows what to you, you're the victim. Let's just be plain here, okay? But I've noticed personally, on a personal level lately, I have been, in my mind, assuming a victim role as a habit. And I realized that just a few minutes ago. And I sat here and I tried to think of a positive thought instead of a negative one. And it actually took brain muscle. Do you know what I'm talking about? It took brain muscle for me to think of a positive thought about a subject rather than to the negative. It's easier, and you know what? It's lazier to be negative and assume the victim mentality. It's lazier because it takes effort to be positive in this world. It takes effort to be in relationships. Like, I'll have to say, lately, family matters, work and job matters, relationship matters. I have assumed a victim mindset in my mind. I may not say it, I may not act it, but I think it. And I know there's people out there that don't look the way they think and kind of live a double life. I feel like I live a double life because I come across as being strong and confident, this and that, and all that bullshit. But inside myself, I feel like a victim. In a lot of ways, I feel incompetent in a lot of ways, insecure, lots of things. I critical of my how I do as a mom. That's a bad one, and I know a lot of women can relate to that too. You make a few mistakes as a mom, maybe more than a few mistakes, and it's hard to forgive yourself for those mistakes. Even if you've done everything else right and your kids basically like you and stuff, I still drag myself through the mud about things that I have said or done. And you know what? That's being a victim because I'm making the choice to drag myself through the mud. Only a victim would drag themselves through a pool of mud. to victimize themselves or look like a victim. God, my relationship with jobs. Talk about being a victim. That's probably the biggest thing. I just wrote a book. I think I told you in another video that I was going to write this book. Well, I wrote the book. I'm still adding to it, but I wrote about 85 pages worth of my entire job experience from the time I was 15 to the present. That's 36 jobs in 36 years, folks. That's why I picked up a pen to write the book. Actually, I didn't write it with a pen. It was on the computer. But you know what I'm saying. That's why I got started with it, because I thought, I need to write about this. And you know what? It was a grueling experience to write about it, but I really learned a lot about myself. I learned about patterns, how I sell myself short, how I assume the victim one down position sometimes. And I don't know why that is. Because I have every reason to be confident in myself. That's what my friends would tell me. But deep down inside, I'm not confident at all. In fact, it shocks the shit out of me that I'm doing these videos. And one of them about jobs, the wage slavery video, is getting a lot of views. Who's watching that? I thought the Mandela Effect was doing really well and doing better than all the other videos, but the wage slavery one went up high, like for me. I mean, I don't have thousands of subscribers yet, but I'm just wondering what happened with that one. I guess there's people that relate to being a wage slave. I'm not sure what the title of my book is going to be yet, but it'll probably have wage slave in the title. So, in relationships, I assume I'm going to be a victim. So I kind of don't even give anything a chance. Some things are just not right, and I just don't give them a chance because it's just not right or whatever. But I think the fact that I don't go on dating sites, I don't put myself out there either. I really don't. I'm very isolative. I think I am happier when I'm alone than in a relationship. Historically, that's been the case. I'm happier alone fantasizing about a relationship or whatever. It's easier that way to fantasize. Remember, I'm the girl who likes dead guys, Jim Morrison. And, yeah. So it's easy to be in love with a dead guy, right? He won't break your heart. He can't do anything worse than be dead, right? So, anyway, I think I've said all I really need to say. Try not to be a victim anymore. If you're a victim, yeah, you might have been legitimately victimized in the past. You might have been mugged, you might have been attacked, or worse. And I am not trying to be insensitive to people who have been victimized. What I'm talking about in this video is a mindset, a personal mindset that I have kind of secretly had for years. And I'm going to have to work out. My brain is going to have to, I'm going to have to lift weights and think those positive thoughts that are so hard for me to think. I have to think about the good things I've done as a mom. I have to assume that people are not coming after me or attacking me. It's not all about me. I'm not the center of the universe. I know. I was surprised when I heard it too. but I'm not. And you know, that's a relief that it's not about me, because most of the things I thought were about me were like negative. So I really have to go to the gym and work out my brain. Before I even work out at a gym, I need to work out my brain and lift those positive weights. What is it I like about myself? What can I do to change this situation? Instead of being victimized by the situation, look what everything that's happening to me. It's this, it's that, it's the other. I just want to stay in bed. I don't want to get up. There's something wrong with me. Those are the dark times, you know. I can't go there. I don't have time. Life is too short. I'm in the second half of my life. Life's too short to do that. But I have had moments where, and I know there's people that relate to getting depressed. It's all about how we think and the thoughts that we are thinking about ourselves and everybody else. And it takes effort to be positive. It's not easy. When there's wars going on and people are getting killed, and some nut job went into Buffalo supermarket yesterday and started shooting. 10 people are dead. I mean, it's hard to be positive in this world sometimes when you hear about these things. But we have to try, or we're not going to fulfill our potential. We can't fulfill our potential in bed with the covers over our head. That, somehow our potential is not going to be realized under those conditions. And, granted, I'm not doing that every day, but there's some days where it's just like, I feel like it, But those are the days when I'm being lazy mentally. You can be a lazy ass mentally. Instead of thinking a positive thought, I'm going to think a negative thought, and then I'm going to be a victim, and then I'm going to get victim attention and cry on everybody's shoulder, and I'm done with it. I don't want to be a victim anymore. I am not a victim. And I'm responsible. I learned that from a Leo Gura video, actualize.org. I don't know if it's okay for me to mention another person's YouTube channel or not, but it's positive. The first one was about being a victim, and that we're responsible for everything we do. And then the second video about victimhood that Leo did, he basically said that victims assume that things are coming from the outside, when indeed it's coming from the inside. I thought that was very profound of Leo, because those are very key things to remember when you start feeling like a victim. You have to say, I'm responsible for my life. No matter what's happened in the past, I'm responsible. No matter what's going on right now, I'm responsible for my bubble. Okay? And I have to assume it's not everything from the outside isn't coming at me. It's me coming at me. All right, so it's taken me 52 years to figure it out. I still have a few years left. Anyhow, that's about it. I'm not a victim, but I would like you to subscribe to my damn channel. Peace.